Here today on the Batcave Beats with Lil LA Marz, and he's gonna start off by telling you a little bit about how he got started in the music.
Well, it's crazy because I've always been into music to the point where it was just God given. I don't know. My mom just granted me with this gift with just all these Michael Jackson videos, my dad with the Temptation videos and stuff like that, just listening to music ever since then, gospel. But that's like way early in. But how to even start for real? It was I call it a rabbit hole because I wasn't originally trying to be into rap at first, but it just came that way. So I just started freestyling with some friends at lunch, and I was just trolling a lot. I was on some content creator type of stuff, like before the content creator thing became the be. I was like just playing around, and then
How
it
long ago was
really,
that?
huh?
How long ago was that? Would you
That
say?
was like 6 years ago.
6 years ago? Okay.
it was um, it was about 6 years ago when I actually had my first song. And I wasn't serious at all. It was just like that was my first ever recorded song ever. But it was I was like a sophomore when I first like playing around with it. But then when I really started was junior year, October 13th of 2017. Exactly.
Okay.
It was crazy. It was at my school, Whitnell High School in Greenfield, Wisconsin. It was this teacher that really got me into it with all of the studio equipment because he the one who introduced me into microphones and stuff like that. He then gave me this Blue Yeti that's actually over there right now, sitting on my desk. But man, it was a true gift. He then introduced me to the MXL 990 microphone, the condenser mic, the launch pad. He introduced me to a lot. But what's crazy is with that, I was producing long before I was recording. So I'll say it's been about 10 years since my first beat. But I don't have it today, but it's somewhere in the atmosphere of somebody's iPad because that's how I created it at first.
Yeah.
But it's funny too because I'm looking back, I really had like the essentials to do it, but I didn't know what to do. I was clueless about it. But I had worked on GarageBand when I first created my song. It was on a MacBook, not a MacBook, an iMac. I did a MacBook and then the iMac, the MacBook, the iPad, then the phone. It's funny because in 2020, that's when I started using like iPads, like recording on iPad. It's just so stupid. But it worked though.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
worked.
It produced the sound you needed, right? It got you where you wanted to go.
Yeah, it was just really funny to do that. And then what else happened? It was a lot of mishaps. I'll say that for his career, but I recorded in the total. I don't even know, but I feel like it's like 300 songs by now. By now, it's probably like 300.
Wow. That's a
I don't
lot.
even have half of that right now. That's the thing. Like I can't even show you every song I have, but I just remember it. All I do have is the memory. But
Yeah.
I feel like I have a couple songs in my files right now where I really did start off because the very first song is on YouTube today. I wouldn't recommend playing it, but like it's not as good as you think. But hey, that's how everybody starts. Sometimes everybody start off trash. So that was me. I wasn't as good as I am today. So I'll take that. But let me see. It's a very weird journey, but I respect it because I'm going the independent route. So that's why it's taking so long. Like, and I like that. Everybody, when they first start off, they just blow up out of nowhere. You see Lil Pump, you see Trippie
Yeah.
Redd. I mean, Trippie Redd was kind of doing it already, but like he kind of blew up almost like right away a little bit compared to me having to do this for almost 6 years. But I respect that grind because I have to learn what I'm missing, what I'm lacking in, what I'm what I'm supposed to do as far as an independent artist by myself, as a producer, as a audio engineer, as my own manager. So I learned a lot throughout my whole like career, but we're gonna see in the next 6 years and see how that's gonna look. But that's how it's looking so far with the growth with
Yeah.
with everything from day one to day 6,000. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think you highlighted something really important that I think people miss. Like one of the big benefits of being independent is you learn all those other pieces that some people like if you just pop off right away, you don't really get a chance to learn like how to manage yourself, how to create your own beats, how to create everything the way you want to. And I think it helps you develop more of your like own true sound to really know how to hone all those pieces in by just working on it yourself versus having someone else say, do this, do that, you know?
Hmm. I definitely agree with that factor.
Yeah.
Now,
What's it? What? Go
I was
ahead.
about to say, let me ask you a question. Like,
Okay.
what brought you to do this Batcave thing? Because I feel like it's really cool.
Oh, I
Like, I've
appreciate
never
that.
seen anybody with the Batcave, like the Batman suit. Like, that's so cool to me. And I had to match with the black.
I
And
like it. I like it. You came prepared. Yeah, I respect it. I don't know. I've kind of always been really into music. I've always enjoyed finding artists that are like less well known and like sharing them with friends. So I kind of started this as like a way to annoy my friends less by sending them music and just like posting it somewhere so other people could see it. And
yeah.
then I had an artist reach out about doing an interview, and then it kind of turned into this podcast thing where I interview artists, which I love doing. So it's kind of developed its own in its own way, but it's been really cool. I love it. I've only been doing it for a couple months now. Well, I've been interviewing for probably 7 or 8 months now, but it's been a lot of growth too and learning the ropes and everything. But it's been awesome. I mean, I get to interact with some of like my favorite artists to listen to and like get to know them better and then put out stuff about them. So it's cool.
Man, that's an honor, man. It's truly an honor to have
Yeah.
to be a part of this too. So I really thank you for that.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I just love, I think it's so awesome hearing how artists start, and it's similar in a lot of ways, but it's also very different, unique in a lot of ways. And I think as a fan of music, I think I enjoy a lot. Like, I think you can like an artist for like a song, but when you get to the point where you like an artist enough that you're like looking forward to when they're putting out music, you really want to know more about them as a person. And I'm kind of hoping that this podcast becomes like that link to be like, oh, I want to like know more about this person outside of just the music they put out, you know?
Right. Hopefully there will be an updated version of this interview right here because I want to do that in the future. Have like updated, see what happens after, like you know how Billie Eilish did that 1 year apart type of thing with
Yeah.
Vanity. That's insane. Like she done did that for like 6 years. Like whoa, on the same day. That like I gotta see. I want to do something like that.
Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah, and it is already kind of cool. Like some of the artists that I interviewed, like one guy specifically, his name's Jaybird, and I interviewed him back in January, and he had like 80,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, and he like moved out to New York, and now he's got like almost 500K, and he had a video on like World Star because he waited outside Travis Scott's hotel and then like played his song for Travis Scott as he was like getting in the car and just being like, yeah, I talked to that guy. It's kind of cool.
Man, that is a W, man. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, you can't compete with that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. What's it like making music in Milwaukee? I feel like there's not a whole huge scene out there,
It's
but
not. It's not at all.
we
It's
got
like
Big Frank with Backpack. But
all right. I gotta say, it's different. That's something else. I feel like with the music I have now, like it's differentiate. It differentiates a lot. I can't even say that word right for some reason. It differentiates. Look at that. I can't do it today.
differentiation. I got you. I got what you put.
It. I separate myself from my craft with their craft because it's like more like the street type of thing going on where it's like
Yeah.
they bite the style of drill from Chicago, drill from New York, and then they mash it with club music. And then, I mean, I personally, I'm no hater, but like, I can't make no music like that. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's like if you would have heard it, I don't know. I just look forward into the talent behind it. I look for like what's true about the music. So for me to like look at it that way, it's hard to like wow, are they really serious about making music? It's like I don't know. I'm a perfectionist, so that's like my nature to feel that way. But you got people like DC the Don. He's like the biggest one from Milwaukee,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, but then you got people like Certified Trap. I mean, I have no hate for him, but I don't know, it's not my style. He doing his thing, so I'm not knocking it at all. But let me see. There's other people I'll say like Kid Cali. He was a friend of mine who we went to the same school together. He's pretty talented. Oh my god! Come to my light. Yo, my light just shut off.
We got some light effect going on here. We got some changing lights.